Yo, 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 in a bucket of hose. What's up? Me, Wes, with the Bloodrush Fellows here today with our very first Meta Monday video. Um, but yeah, here you can see my tier list that I've made. Hopefully, you don't just click off of this video and grab my tier list and move on. Would you really do that? Just click on my video, look at my tier list, and what? Just leave? I'm disappointed in you. I expect better. Moving on. First, what does the meta generally look like right now? Well, there's a defense reaction orgy going on inside of everybody's decks right now, so that's cool. There's a distinct lack of a good guardian, much to the chagrin of filthy, disgusting control players everywhere, and MST heroes continue to be insane. Also, I heard like Vincent is good right now or something. What world are we living in? Today we're going to quickly talk about the current state of the meta, some predictions ahead of ProTour London and the ProQuest Singapore series. Additionally, if you are as lucky as I am to be living in Colorado, you have 2 ProQuest Pluses coming up this weekend. Yep. 2 ProQuest Pluses. Not callings. It's cool, LSS. It's cool. Anyway, hopefully with my infallible logic, my masterful awareness of the metagame, I can help you decide what you should be playing if you want to succeed right now in Flesh and Blood. As long as it's not Enigma. I fucking hate that guy. Anyway, I'll start off by stating who is obviously the best deck right now, which is Prism. Now, I know you see her down there in B-list and you're thinking, Wes, what are you talking about? She's clearly not the best hero, but she is the coolest, the most fun, and also the most annoying for Guardian. So that's cool. Anyway, next we have Aurora, who's like, I don't know, good or something. She had like an Armory deck come out, whatever. She could be like a combo deck, and also the best aggro deck, so it's like, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, I guess. To be honest, if you want to play the game right now and play aggro and you want to win, be a filthy meta chaser like myself, just play Aurora. She's good. She's that good. In the A tier, we can see 2 MST heroes, but you should only play one of them. If he plays Zen, I hate you. Please keep him around. Please. Enigma's pretty cool. She has the crazy ability, maybe even the ultimate Flesh and Blood ability, which is to sit across from any of the top meta decks and have a really solid chance at winning. You also have this secret hidden ability, which is to sit across from any Guardian player and immediately ruin their night. So that's cool. Gotta love that. After that, we have my personal favorite, Prism. Number 1 in your hearts, number 1 in the B tier charts. That's right, my girl. Prism is really cool. You got a toolbox. You're solid into pretty much every hero on this list. And either you're a god at the game, repping Prism, or you, like me, have read the rules and realize that Spectra's kind of busted. Also, like, you have a card that just says draw 2 with minimal, like, setup. So that's pretty cool. Pretty powerful, or should I say pretty busted. After that, we have Vincent, the Janice Ian of Flesh and Blood. LSS finally had enough of the Vincent crying. Finally listened to the cries of Vincent players everywhere and has decided to make her actually a viable meta pick. They released Cull and Succumb to Temptation in back-to-back sets. That's pretty good cardboard right there, if I do say so myself. You have game into Illusionist. In fact, you can be pretty good into Illusionist. You can do really good math things. You got pretty good matchup across the board for the top heroes, so for once, y'all are in a pretty good spot. Congratulations. Now, please don't play Vincent, especially if I'm playing Prison. Thank you. Then we have our first assassin in the list, good old Arachne. My teammate is currently trying to convince me I'm good, but I guess he's right. I don't know. We'll see. I think we had one do well this weekend, and he's pretty good into Aurora, or can be depending on the matchup. But what is special for Arachne is you have the crazy ability that no other assassin has, which is you can beat Illusionist. That's really cool. So if you're playing an assassin right now, I would probably be playing Slippy personally. After that, we have New, the other bane of the Guardian's existence, so gotta love that. However, would be cool if she would go ahead and LL. Also, you do have the unique ability to make everyone, not just the Guardians, hate you at your locals by running CYB, so that's cool. And then, you can also run Codex. Pretty good card right here. After that, we have Azalea, the #1 Ranger, the Queen of Big Arrows, and the aggro deck speed check, if you will. You're pretty decent into both Illusionists and also, you can run Codex. After that, we have Florian, who my teammate Tucker has been convinced for a little bit that it's a pretty decent deck, and then he goes full Doomer and thinks it's a terrible deck. But at the end of the day, you get to run that Broccoli, you get to run the Felling of a Crown, you get to run Plow. So, maybe if you didn't have to decompose to do all that, you'd be really cool. I still think you're a pretty good deck, but, if you're playing a Runeblade, may as well just play Vincent. Ira's pretty cool. She has the unique ability of being the least interesting ninja and also running the least ninja cards. You have a ton of generic cards in your deck. You have the 2-for-6s, and you can run CNC and throw it for 7, which is kind of disgusting, if I'm being honest with you. So, you're a good hero just almost because of that. You also have access to Dual Threat, which is pretty cool. Another generic card, interestingly. Almost like you're like a generic hero or something, I don't know. You do get to run Kodachis, which probably helps. After that, we have KO. KO is a interesting brute. He only has 1 arm, so he can only run 1 claw. And you get to run a bunch of no blocks, which is cool if you're running the aggro version. But you can just poop out damage, and you do just get might value turn over turn, so that's cool. Next, after that, we have Dio. If you like to huff copium and think that you can play around fatigue, be my guest, play Dio. Go ahead. It is, pretty okay into Aurora, pretty okay into some of the other aggro decks, but I don't think it's the move. Like I said, the Reactor you going on right now, it ain't the move. Dorinthia, same reason. The Reactor you going on right now, I don't think it's the move. Maybe there's an argument because you have access to Dauntless and stuff like that. Some access to Dominate, which could be cool, but most people know how to play around Dorinthia at this point. Come on, she's a welcome to Wraith hero. She's been around for a minute. Sorry to all of my Warrior stands, all of my Josh Lau devout followers. I probably wouldn't play her, but she's not the worst. Could be doing worse. You could be playing our C-tier heroes, like Victor or Jarl. Tell yourself you're good into aggro, and then lose to Illusionist. Well, at least as Victor, you can try to beat Illusionist. Jarl, I'm pretty sure you just sit down and write 40, scratch it off, and then write 0 and move on with your life, because you do not have any game into either of the Illusionists. I'm sorry, you just don't. Not only that, but New sure is a hero that likes to play your blues, and last time I checked, James White said Thunderquake is an insane card, and he regretted printing it, and New can play it. So, that's always a thing. Anyway, the next 2 are 2 Draconic Ninjas. I would not play either of them right now, personally. With all of the people trying to target Aurora with cards that don't quite hit her as hard as they hit you, you are just getting caught in the crossfire. I do not think you should be playing these heroes. Everybody finally has their shelters for Syndra, and FaB unfortunately does not have Art of War, so not really worth it. Rake the Embers is not the same. Rake over the Coals, whatever it's called, not the same. Levia, you sure can die to your own blood debt, but you do have 2 claws and can run Bloodrush Fellow. You also have a fridge like KO does, which is cool, but just play KO or Rhinar, honestly. Like, unless you're trying to like beat prisms or something, I don't know. Riptide, Ninja's not good, so Riptide's not good. That's pretty much it. That's the whole thing. Arachne, just play one of the other assassins, except for Solitary Confinement. Don't play him. Play Slippy. Play New. They're just better, I promise you. Sir Bolton, again, Josh Law followers, I am sorry, but you are just not in a good spot right now. Will he ever be? I do not know. Charge is just unfortunately a sort of bad mechanic. Having to give up a free card to turn on a free card, rather, just having to give up a card for your hero ability to do something for the +1s, and then kind of doing the normal warrior thing of relying on your opponents to block a certain way is not ideal. You were cooler when you were a combo deck, and now you are just a sad Raiden deck. Don't play this hero. Lastly, down here in the Rogue tier, we have Kano, aka the deck that makes everybody run more than 1 Arcane Barrier, aka the bane of my sideboard's existence. Please, Kano players, stop. I would like to have those sideboard slots back. It would be great. Next, we have Fang, who has the crazy hero text on there to turn him into one of the best heroes in the game. Probably. If you can make it there. If your opponent doesn't stop you. If you can draw your uninteraction fealty generation. A lot of ifs there. But, could happen. And when it does, you're like a pretty insane hero. If you're ever at parity and you get online, you just kind of poop out value, which is crazy. Verdance is our next hero here, who she says Earth on her. What can I say? She can run the Broccoli. She can run the Plow Under. She can run the Felling of the Crown. She can run that new Earth Chest channel, or Millennium Tree or Barkskin, whatever it's called. It's pretty good, but I think you're a little bit too slow. With 2 Illusionists up in B and A tier, you're just going to have a bad time. Kano as well, you're just going to have a bad time with all these Illusionists running around. Zen is still really good and runs a bunch of blues. I probably wouldn't play either of these wizards. But, there are wizard players that refuse to play anything else. There are combo players who like to think that they're good and play a combo, sort of like me when I play the Crown of Dominion in Aurora. But, yeah, I just don't think they're worth playing, unfortunately. Rhinar is a pretty fun deck. You can sure get back into the game by rolling Scabskins randomly and just get the action points you need when your opponent has an off turns, convert a hand you otherwise would not be able to convert, or laugh as your inexperienced Prism opponent plays an ALS or something, that sort of thing. You also have this crazy keyword called Intimidate. No idea why LSS thought this was a good idea, but you sure can stop your opponent from blocking. And last I checked, a lot of decks like to block right now, with the exception of Aurora. And then finally here we have Dash Inventor Extraordinaire, who is certainly a hero that you could show up to an event with, go full pistol build, and just punish players who either are not ready for fatigue or who have not played against DIE and maybe expect you to go aggro, and then you flip up your pistol items and you just block a lot, set up Exodia, and then go burr, pew 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 pew, Dash Inventor Extraordinaire things. So that's possible. I probably wouldn't take it to a calling or anything like that, or even the ProTour for that matter. But your ProQuest, you could show up and catch people unaware. A lot of these heroes in this tier, I think, are like that. Kano, Fang, Verdance, Rhinar all could show up and spike an event. Rhinar, I did forget to mention one cool thing he can do with that no blocking thing, which is he can go first and then just say, you cannot block me. You are now a Prism level amount of health, or a Blitz hero amount of health. and just win the game off of that. So that's cool. But, you know, not super frequent that that happens, especially depending on how you build the deck. But anyway, that'll round it out for our tier list here. Finally, we have, you know, you may notice some missing heroes here. That's because they're in their own special little tier list, or rather their own special little tier I have made. The Doo-Doo Poopy Pants tier. If you play a hero in this tier, you are probably a masochist, or you are a new player, or you are broke and have built one of these heroes and can't afford to build anything else. Whatever the case may be, if you are a competitive player, I probably would not play any of these heroes, especially not at a competitive event. However, just like the Rogue 2 heroes, there could be something to say about your opponents not being experienced into them. But I don't really have much else to say here. They're just worse than the heroes above them. I would not play them, would not recommend playing them. Hopefully LSS fixes Katsu. The rest of them can go fuck themselves. Anyway, thanks. That has been Meta Mondays with Wes. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you disagree with any of these opinions, please let me know down in the comments why, so I can laugh at you and tell you that you're wrong. Other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and good luck to any of you playing in the Pro Tour, Pro Quests in the upcoming season, or at any of the SCG Con events this Saturday. Unfortunately, I will not be there, but I wish luck to all of you just the same. Catch y'all around.